the home fans and getting into postseason? What does this mean to you?
I could talk all day. Just so proud of my teammates, my coaches, just believing in these guys. You know, we've had ups and downs all season, but we have guys who love football. We just got dudes with heart, and just kept going out there. No matter how many times we had to get a stop, we just kept going. And, it's a testament. I could go on and on about, giving shout-outs, but it was just, a great day. It was ugly. One of the most stressful games I've ever been a part of, but we got the win, so that's all that matters.
Max, when you watch Daniel Carlson going out there, or you look at Derek when the game's coming down the line, what's it mean to this defense the way Derek and Daniel finish games?
Every time at the end of a game, if we need to get in field goal range, I trust them with everything. So I would always put my money on them. Derek always makes big-time throws in crucial moments, and Daniel is just – they paid him a lot for a reason. He's a sniper out there, so I'm just – so proud and, happy for him. He's always on point.
Hey, Max, you mentioned the ups and downs of the season. There are a lot of ups and downs today in the game. What was it like when you guys went to overtime and looked around at your teammates? What did you see as far as their reaction and their mood at that point in the game?
After there was so many fourth downs, so many opportunities to get them off the field, and we were just stressed out. Guys were cramping up, hurting, and we just had to make our mind up at the end of the day. We just, we had to dig deep. I don't even know how many plays. Somebody's told me we played like 90-plus plays or something, which is not ideal, but it doesn't matter. We got guys who love the game, and we just had to keep going.
Max, Alec put out a piece saying that you guys never let any outside noise get inside the building. You guys just continue to grind. What was that like, and how tough is that with a relatively young team?
From the outside, people could, say whatever they want, but we know inside the building we got guys with character, from top to bottom, from the upper, I can't even speak right now. I'm so tired. The people from the top to bottom, coaches, players, everybody, we have a ton of great guys in that building. So I'm just proud of everybody. We have guys, some people didn't believe in us. People say this and this about us, but we show up to work every single day, and that's, we got 10 wins. We're going to the playoffs, so that's all I can really say.
Max, you want to make the case for Rich to come back next year?
Oh, my God. I can go on and on about that. I love Coach Rich. He's stepped in. He's done an amazing job. I don't know how many interim head coaches have come in and won 10 games. That dude has had my back. He's had so many players' backs for years, and I love him to death. So, I'm happy. That's the future. We'll worry about that when it gets there, but we're worried about, Cincinnati now. I believe we're playing, so can't wait.
Max, on that final drive by the Chargers, after you guys had the first field goal in overtime, I obviously didn't want to give up any points, but we went into that stop, to hold them to a field goal and prevent the touchdown and kind of keeping your season alive.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we had so many opportunities, like 3rd and 10s, 4th and 10s, and we couldn't get them off the field, but we got the stop. We had to make a tackle and had to get them off the field, and we did. And, it's just a testament to the guys not backing down. We could have, worried about the pass, worried about the last drive when we didn't get off the field, but guys just kept going and didn't stop. And that's just a testament, it's a testament to everybody, because when we lost 5 out of 6 games, we easily could have thrown the towel in and be like, shit, we'll go next year and figure it out and see what happens. But that's just, that's our mentality in the building, man. Nothing can stop us if we put our mind to something.
Max, it's been a common theme this season, but you and the defensive line was really hyping each other up, really getting each other ready on every possession. What would you say throughout this season? What characteristic does this defensive line you've been on differentiate between any other one you've been on?
Top to bottom, just relentless, committed dogs. Everybody just playing for each other. It's something I've never been a part of. We have guys that show up every single day, do extra work every single day. It's not, a lot of people just see what we do on Sundays. But I can't tell you how many hours every single day I put into our craft, into our effort, into our work. It's like nothing else. It starts me, Yannick, Quentin, Solomon, Hank, literally everybody. We have just a great group, and it's a reflection of Marinelli and Travis, leading us. They're great coaches, and they push us to our limits every single day, and it's for moments like these. So we're glad we're in the playoffs now, and now we got to go start over again, have another season.
Max, that last drive by the Chargers, it was 19 plays, and they converted 3 4th downs and a 3rd down. How do you? I mean, obviously, as a defense, I assume that would take a lot out of you. How do you keep coming back every play and then keep it going in the overtime? Just take us through that.
Honestly, at the end of the day, my mentality personally is just I know they're tired too. So it's either he's gonna quit or I'm gonna quit, and I think that's just us as it starts up front with the D line. We don't quit. We have guys who come from all different backgrounds. We got guys from different teams, vets, rooks, everything. But we all have one committed goal. We're gonna play for each other, and we're not gonna stop until our heart explodes, and we're gonna play another snap. That's what Marinelli talks about all the time, and that's what we had to do today, literally. It was incredible. I had so much fun out there, and we just didn't stop.
One more question right here. Max, the AFC's been really competitive all year, especially all the one-score games y'all been in. For you, what's kind of like to see the conference be so competitive and be like a dogfight every year, every game. Sorry,
what's your question?
The AFC's been really competitive all year. So for you, as a player, what's it like to see the conference be so competitive?
It's special, getting to go against so many great quarterbacks. It's just in our division, having Mahomes, Herbert, having DC on our team. There's so much talent. So every week is a challenge. Every single week you got to be ready to go and be at your best. And I love it. There's nothing else I would want. Especially with these guys. There's no other group I would rather go to war with. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, thank you, Max. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Reminder, everybody, mask up in the press conferences.
Start with this. First of all, I'm really excited and proud of our team and our coaches, and can't tell you how excited we are for Raider Nation, and to play in this venue with a crowd like that looked like a blackout to us. Was extremely exciting. And as far as the game goes, we made some plays and we missed some plays, and we had some drives and we gave up some drives, and we had some touchdowns. They had some touchdowns. It was really just incredible. Really, two good quarterbacks out there playing. Unbelievable division game to come down to the end like that. I think we have a team that cares about each other, a team that knows what to do, and a team that competes with relentless effort, down in and down in and down in and down in. And we just find a way to have a chance to win at the end. Put Daniel back out there, and great job by the offense going down there. Defense comes up with a stop, and we have a chance to win the game at the end, and we won it. So with that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Go ahead, Hunter.
Rich, you're a blue-collar, lunch-pail guy, and that's how your team plays. How much pride do you have in their just refusing to quit?
Yeah, I think the entire coaching staff, all of us, take we all have a great deal of pride for our team and the way in which they compete. And I think that's what we try to preach every day. We try to find a way to get a little bit better, try to improve when the day is over. And again, we get ourselves in an overtime game again, and certainly somewhere in there we improved a little bit and found an opportunity to have a chance to win it. And so credit goes to them.
Rich, obviously this was a hectic game, unlike any other that you all had played this season.
I can't really even hear the question. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Then you put it back up.
Obviously this was a hectic game, but do you think having so many of those games that went down to the wire, all the overtime games, the walk-off finishes, kind of prepared you all to kind of handle this when you were in that moment?
I'd like to think so. We've been in the situation before, right? Derek's been in a 2-minute situation before. He's been in 4-minute situations before. Our defense has had to come up with stops, towards the end of the game. And so just can't say enough about how this team prepares and going into the game and playing like that. I just know they believe in each other when they go out there. They don't blink. We gave up plays, touchdown at the end, and didn't get the drive we wanted and had to. So they don't blink. They they reset. They recover quickly. And then they just come back and the next unit goes back out there,
Hey, Rich, I've got two for you here.
Can you I'm sorry, I know they'll yell at you, but there you go. Then you can ask. Thank you.
Thank you. Two here for you. First of all, at the end of the game, all the playoff machinations
Right.
if you tie. Was there any consideration to just running down the clock there and not even attempting a field goal?
Yeah, it was conversation. We were talking about it. I don't know if you know, we ran the ball there, and they didn't call a timeout. So I think they were probably thinking the same thing, and then we had the big run through there. And when we got the big run, it got us, we thought was advantageous field goal position for us. We were going to take the field goal and try to win it. But we were certainly talking about it on the sideline. We wanted to see if they were going to call a timeout or not on that run. They didn't, so we thought they were thinking the same thing. And then we popped the run in there and gave us a chance to kick the field goal to win it. So we were certainly talking about it.
Lastly, I think everyone, including myself, after that Kansas City game, thought this season was over for you guys. At that point for you, were you thinking down the road or just thinking one game at a time at that point?
Well, I think we've always preached one game at a time, one play at a time, one day at a time. And the Kansas City game, we turned the ball over 5 times in the game. And so we tried to look at in the game and exactly what did we do poorly, what did we do actually that got us a little bit of improvement somewhere in there, what was our effort level like towards the end of the game being down like that. And we just kind of evaluated it and moved on like we have the other ones. So, again, I think we talk about wins. If you stay in the win too long, right, you end up putting yourself in bad position. If you stay in the loss too long, they're both imposters, right? So I think we learned a lot from that game about ourselves, but we've also learned a lot about ourselves in the overtime wins that we've had here lately as well.
Hey, Rich, you got some big plays today from Jalen Richard and Cleveland Farrell. What does it say about those two guys and also your depth in general this year, what you've gotten from guys who aren't necessarily marquee players?
Well, I think we've all learned throughout the course of what's gone on this year with every team in the National Football League is who's ever dressed on game day has to be prepared to play. And I think we go through practice with the mentality of practice like you're going to play in the game. And if you play in the game, the expectation is you should play well. If you don't dress and play, you ought to be a great teammate on the sideline. And I think that's what you saw from all those guys today.
Coach, when you look at the league this year, it's like really competitive.
Sorry, I cannot hear that. Apologize.
You're fine. When you look at the league this year, it's really competitive, like a lot of one-score games, a lot of walk-off finishes. As a coach, like, how do you feel about that? And, like, what does it say about the league that it's, like, so much parity?
I didn't hear the question. I didn't put my hearing aids in.
A lot of walk-off wins.
Right.
What does it say about the parity in the AFC?
Well, yeah, again, just look at the quarterbacks in our division, right, in our own division. Look at the quarterbacks that we have to go against in Kansas City, what we have to go against over there in what we just played today with the Chargers. So, again, we're preparing for, we'd love to win the game, early and not have to worry about it, but we're just prepared to play to the bitter end and hopefully put ourselves in position to have a chance to win.
One more, Cassie.
Yeah. We know Josh Jacobs wasn't 100% healthy, but what does that say about his character to come out, have the game that he did, and especially to step up in the second half of this one?
Yeah, I think he was probably as healthy as he's been in a little bit of time, and we took care of him during the course of the week in practice. And I think, again, we feel like we've been getting a little bit better each week at running the football. There's a certain trust factor in there between Josh and the offensive line, and a lot of credit to those guys, covering guys up and moving the football for us when we needed to, running the ball.
Got one more, Jim.
Thanks. Rich, I just want to be clear on this. You said you guys were having discussions about whether or not to go for the tie. At what point would you have decided to just play for the tie and not try a field goal there?
Again, we had conversations about it the whole, towards that end there. But if you remember, we ran the ball early. They didn't call a timeout. So we thought probably they're doing the same thing. So we thought if we can have a run in there that possibly could get us in field goal position to win it, we were going to do that, and that's what we did.
So would you have punted if you hadn't got that big run?
I don't know. Didn't happen.
All right, thanks, everyone.
So,
Thank you, Coach.
all right, guys. Thank you. Hunter, good to see you.
Josh, you had the game that you had going in with the rib injury. Is it one of those things? Do you feel like you feel more motivated to go when you're less than 100%?
Not necessarily. I feel like we just kind of knew what was at stake. I've never been in the playoffs since I've been in the league. And I know a lot of the guys that's been around here, how much it means to them. And I mean, at the beginning of the year when we set our goals, we just constantly checking them off. And I told them, I was like, there's no way I don't play in this game. Hurt or not, they was going to get everything out of me. So just how it played out is just amazing for real.
Josh, Rich just
said that at the end of the game, when you all first ran the ball and the Chargers didn't call timeouts, the coaching staff was kind of considering, the possibility of there being a tie given the scenario. But obviously, as a player, clearly what happened, you were still trying out there.
Yeah.
What was kind of your mentality going into those plays?
I mean, when the four minute came before overtime, I told him, I was like, I'm the closer. I mean, that's what y'all brought me here for. Let me close. And when we got the opportunity, they tied the game in overtime. I looked at Oli. I said, it's time. And we collectively came together, offensive line, everybody, DC, everybody, and we just made it happen.
Josh, for you, can you talk about the pride that you have about the men you serve with in the locker room, with all that you guys have been through? It's the definition of adversity, and just what you personally feel is the achievement of what you guys did considering what you faced.
I mean, I think we got a group of guys that genuinely care about each other. And with all the outside noise, all the things that's going on, I feel like all the guys collectively put their head down and worked. On the inside of the building, it was almost like every outside distraction didn't happen. And then you just see guys come in and work every day and give their all and believe in the things that we want to achieve, believe in the coaches. And, I mean, it's just starting to click. We're clicking at the right time. Hopefully we can keep it going.
Hey, Josh, given not only everything you're going through with your injuries, but just the craziness of that game, how do you feel going into overtime? Did you get a second win there physically? Just how are you feeling?
I mean, for me, like I said, I told Oli, I was like, man, I'm the closer. Let me close. So with me saying that, it's kind of like I got to back up my words. I gotta do what I asked him and earn that respect from him. And when we looked at the guys, man, we felt like we can run on them all day. So when it came down to the nitty and gritty, we knew what we was gonna do. I was kind of disappointed I didn't break the long one, but I was just more so trying to protect the ball, make sure I didn't fumble. But man, it's definitely an honor and man, a blessing to be in this situation.
Josh, kind of on the same note as that. I mean, in previous games with your rib injury, you could see you on the sideline, wincing in pain and whatnot. And I imagine it was still kind of bothering you. But was that a situation? Was there an adrenaline situation where it was kind of like feeling no pain late in the game the way that?
Bro, you feel it. I feel it right now. Hey, you feel it. You feel it when you breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like I get winded and I feel it. It was just one of them that I was constantly sitting there talking to myself each play. Getting helped up off the ground, I was just talking to myself like, okay, it's this much time on the clock. This is what we need. And I mean, I said like I would have felt like I let my team down if I went out there and let the pain get to me and gave up. There's so many guys that play with injuries on our team, so many guys that has little things going on. I feel like they deserve my all, and I try to come out there and give it to them today.
Josh, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. You talked about blocking out the outside noise and adversity when it came, but with each adversity throughout this season came sort of a knock, which you guys had to take personally. So while you were blocking it, did you also sort of use it to fuel some motivation?
I don't know if we used it to fuel. I think that it was more so if it brought the guys together. You could tell guys genuinely started to come closer and care about each other. From every aspect. I mean, if you see that we handle, like if something happens with one of our guys out there with another team, you see everybody that run over there. I mean, I just think that that's a testament to what we feel about each other. So I think that it gave us the opportunity to really rely on each other and be each other's support system. And we came out there and, man, we did it.
Josh, this is your sixth win on the last play of the game. Could you see your confidence grow as you got those each one after another one?
Oh, yeah.
Also, what does it say about Coach Bisaccia and the influence he's had on you guys in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it comes to the point where we get in 2-minute mode or we need a field goal to win the game and everybody on the sideline has their arms up. We already feel like we're going to win just because we've been in that situation so many times. And, I mean, with Coach Bisaccia, man, I told people when he got the job that he was the right man for the job for multiple reasons. Because every guy in the room respects him. Even before he was the head coach, I mean, he's one of them guys that you go talk to about life. You got things going on, things like that. I mean, and when you got a coach that you respect and that you genuinely care for and you love, you would do whatever for him. Whatever he asks you to do, I mean, he has attention to the locker room. So, I mean, it's definitely huge for him, too.
What do you think this moment means for your quarterback?
Man, I went up to him. It's funny because before the game, I talked to him. I said, man, this game going to come down to either me making a play or you making a play. I said, man, I had the ultimate respect and confidence in your abilities. I told him after the game, we hugged each other. We sat there for a second and was like, man, this is what we talked about. Me and him sat down and we talked about it earlier in the year and was like, man, it's time. We felt like we could do it with last year's team. I mean, definitely felt like we could do it with this year's team. And, man, we sat there and talked, and I said, man, it's time. He was like, yeah. And he looked at me and he said, man, the job is not done yet. And I'm glad that we all got that same mentality. I mean, we happy that we in the playoffs, but we want to go farther in the playoffs. A chance to play Cincy in a great environment, a good team. They're hitting their stride, too, so it's going to be a fun one.
Last two, Q and Cassie.
Josh, you mentioned at the beginning of the season that the 2019 draft class, all the guys that came in 2019 wanted to be the leaders of this team. I know the job's not done. You got more work, but the leadership has got you to the playoffs. What does that mean to you guys?
I mean, it's definitely – I mean, our class, I feel like definitely is playing a big role in the things that we're accomplishing. Man, it's crazy because, like I said, we sat down in that room, and it was just us, and we looked at each other, and we said, man, we got to be the guys to change this culture, change this franchise, and bring it back to what it used to be. It's been a lot of ups and downs, man, but we kept believing in each other. And, I mean, you see Maxx and you see Hunter, you see all our guys in our class really making plays. And, man, we had the ultimate confidence in each other. We just want to continue to put it together.
Hey, Josh, how much did the crowd play a part in helping keeping you guys energized down the stretch?
Yeah, man, normally normally when the defense is on the field, I kind of just chill, you know what I'm saying? I sit on the bench. But this game, I definitely was up. I was definitely into it. I mean, I told him, I said, man, I played at Alabama. I played in national championship games. I played in some crazy environments. But tonight was definitely different. Tonight was definitely special. This one was definitely go down in the books for me.
Last one, baby.
He had some setbacks this year, but Jalen Richard had some big plays the last 2 weeks. What was he meant to you guys as far as your unit and also the team?
Yeah, man, I told Spook, I told him, I said, man, we were sitting on sideline, I said, I'm proud of you. I said, because you deserve this. I know me and him had these conversations about if he feeling like, you know what I'm saying, he doing it, everything to the best of his abilities. And I told him, I was like, it's going to be a coming time where you're going to make a play. He made a play last week. He made a few plays this week. And I just told him, I grabbed him on the sideline. I said, man, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And we just sat there, all his people here. I'm going to meet up with his family after this. But I'm definitely proud for him, man. And his role going to continue to expand. I think he's the best third down back in the league. I think he's the best pass blocking running back in the league, too.
All right, thanks, Josh. Thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Hunter, this team has been resilient all year through adversity that I don't know any team has faced this much. So for you, do you just talk about the pride you have about the men in that locker room, please?
Yeah. Like I said last week, we got a special group, but it's another thing to go out and prove it. And, we proved it today, whether it was, 50, I feel like 50 4th and 10s or 3rd and 10s, and, they get it, and then we come back, and, we picked each other up, and we just have a resilient bunch. And, you'd like to think that everything we've gone through this season has brought us tighter and is going to help us as we go on and on and on in the playoffs. And so, I love those guys. I'm thankful for those guys. I'm very appreciative of them. And I couldn't ask for a better group to play with.
Hunter, as crazy as this season has been off the field, you guys have had a bunch of crazy finishes on the field with all the overtime games and the walk-off field goals and touchdowns. How do you think that prepared you all as an overall team to handle these kind of moments?
Yeah, that's I think 6, on the last play, 5 game-winning field goals. It reminds me a lot of our 2016 national championship team at Clemson. We won 7 games by a touchdown or less. And, you get used to winning. You get used to winning the close games. And so, I think that came into play tonight. And it's good for the young guys on the team, too, to be able to experience it. And as we go on the rest of this year and next year and the year after, we got a program of winning. And I think that the adversity we've been through has definitely made us tighter.
Hunter, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. When you're sitting up there watching this in the press box at a game like that, and you're looking for the pivotal moment to maybe write about, a game like that, you can't come up with one. As a player, can you think back at some point in that game, fourth quarter, overtime, and say, at that moment, you knew?
I think you could see the way Josh was running. I think, he had that little extra tonight. And I think, everybody played so well, and it was a complete, total team effort. But the way Josh ran and closed the game out was special.
You mentioned a couple of games back that you knew it when he becomes silent. Did he become silent?
Yeah, he wasn't saying a word. So he was ready to go. I think everyone felt it. Yeah.
Hunter, you kind of seem to be one of the more poised people that are on the team. Always try to stay even keel in a game like this. How difficult is it just to stay calm and kind of stick with the course of emotion?
we had a bunch of guys start cramping, because we were, offensively, we were off the field for 8 or 9 minutes, and with the reviews and everything, we didn't know if it was going to be overtime. And so, when they do make it 29-29, you just try to walk around and look in everybody's eyes and say, let's go. It's an even game. Forget what's happened. We got a chance to go win it. And I think we did that. And I think, that goes with what you were saying earlier about the type of team we have. It's special. And I think we were ready for, whatever came our way tonight.
All right. Thanks, Hunter.
Yeah,
Thanks, everyone.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Derek's coming next.
With this team over the years, what does this mean to you personally in front of a home crowd to win a game like this and make the postseason?
Yeah, it's very nice. Honestly, all I'm thinking about is I'm excited. I'm thinking about the next team we got to play, and that everything hurts. Once I think I can get some sleep and wake up in the morning, maybe it'll hit me then. But I just have this weird feeling in my heart, the job's not done. Like my favorite player, Kobe said, job's not done. And it does feel good. It's exciting, but I don't set out to just make the playoffs. Although it's been since 2016, right? And I didn't even get to play. But it feels cool. It's awesome. But our goals, this is one of them. But there was more after that too. So we're excited, and we got to play a team that already beat us. So it's going to be tough.
Derek, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. Max touched on it. Rich, obviously, Josh, and Hunter just used the word special. With everything that this team's been through, expound on that word and what that means to this team this year.
I mean, I think, I was talking to Mr. Davis in the locker room, and one of the things we were talking about is I don't think any team has been through what we've been through in 10 years, let alone 1 year, And, there's so much emotion with, pick a story, there's so much emotion with everything that we've done in the, my brother said it best. He said, this team was forged in the fire, and I kind of like that. We went through some stuff, some refining, some hard times, but we we locked the doors every day on Monday, and the people that were inside that building didn't stop believing, and it showed today. We made it to the playoffs. It's awesome. It's probably the coolest accomplishment I think I've ever had in my life, football-wise. To see where we were at, everything we went through, and to still make it, no record, no thing. This was the coolest thing, to see this team come together and be able to still decide that this is what we wanted to do, and it's a cool feeling, that's for sure.
Derek, I know you said you're obviously locked in and moving on to the next game, but just immediately, after the game, I mean, the crowd's going crazy. They're playing Too Short on the speakers.
Yeah.
All y'all are rushing the field, piling on top of each other. How would you just describe that moment following the field goal?
Oh, man. Well, one, my hat came off, and I was like, instantly, someone's going to make a meme of my hair with some Home Alone guy or something. Wolverine. This is A.J. Cole's fault. This is honestly just because he said I would give up. And, I think this is like a perfect segue into we didn't give up this season, And, just because he told me I'd quit is the only reason my hair has not been cut since training camp. So if that tells you a little bit about me and how I feel about today. We didn't quit. Lord knows
there's been many times where I've gone home after talking to y'all, and your human emotions, you just like, why do I do this? You know, why? And you instantly remind yourself of the reasons why you do it. And so to accomplish something that no one thought. If you said you thought we were going to do this, I'm going to kick you. You know, no one thought that. You know, but the people in the building did, and we acted like it. And the fact that we did it, the emotions, the feeling. I don't know. Like my heart was just kind of. I was excited, you know, pumped up and all that. But I kind of just. I don't know. I guess there's just more on my mind, you know, and it shows you that even the worldly things that you can accomplish don't fulfill your heart, you know. I've been waiting for 8 years to make the playoffs, and I made it in 2016, but I didn't get to play, and then I made it this year. And anyone chasing worldly things, you know, trust me, I've been waiting and praying for some things. You know, I want to make the playoffs. I want to try, you know, and I made it, and it didn't fulfill me, you know. So I don't know what you want to do with that, but it's just the truth, you know, about how I felt afterwards. You know, I heard Deion Sanders win the Super Bowl one time, and he said he felt more alone, you know, more empty. And you know, the worldly things are fun, and I'm thankful to be a part of it, and to be able to say I made the playoffs and all that again. But it didn't do anything from my heart that, you know, gave me hope or anything like that. You know, it just isn't a cool accomplishment.
Derek, take people. There's been so much around this team, which Willie referenced, but take us in that locker room, the pride that you have in your teammates, in your coach, Rich, and no quit on, even when this team was losing, nobody quit. Would you just talk about the personal pride you feel to go to battle with those men?
Yeah, it's a special group. It really is. Like I kept saying it, and then we would lose 5 out of 6, and everyone was like, "Yeah, okay, Derek, good job being optimistic again." You know, and I don't know. It was different. It was different, and super. You know, I don't know if there was videos or I don't know what gets out there on the social media stuff, but like to watch our guys celebrate and, you know, watch everyone go. I always tell you guys, when we win a game, my favorite thing to do is sit in my locker room and just watch everybody, and it was pretty entertaining tonight. You know, but to see the joy, just to see how Coach Bisaccia led us this year, our coaching staff staying together, and people had new roles and all those kind of things. I mean, hopefully it'll be a Disney movie someday, and I can play Coach Bisaccia. But you know, that'd probably be my goal next.
Let's do 2 more. We'll go Paul, then Vic.
Derek, I don't think Disney would take this movie. I think it would be something a little more hardcore based on what you guys went through. But what was the text between you and Aaron Rodgers about?
I talk to him all the time, and I usually don't even say that. And so, but you know, he's always been someone since I got in the NFL that has helped me with questions and things like that. He's always been good to me. And you know, we were talking today, and I won't get into what we got into, but you know, definitely part of it was like, I just want to send these guys home, you know. And but he's always encouraging, and I'm thankful for that relationship. You know, he's always, like I said, he's always been good to me, but I don't want to get into anything he said.
Hey, Derek, there's been a lot of crazy finishes in your time here. What's going through your mind when they score and it goes overtime? What's going through your mind as far as now versus maybe in past years?
You know what, like. You know what's funny, Vic, is it's almost like I'm almost numb to the roller coaster, you know? You know, I had someone come up to me, Nate Peterman, he came up to me, he's like, dude, my freaking stomach during that, you know? Like, there's a 15-point lead, and then it's gone, and then we go score, and then they score, and it's like unbelievable, you know? Especially with what's on the line. But I don't know, there's something in my heart that, you know, maybe I've seen too many hard times. I've seen a couple good, you know, some good times here, and I just kind of just stay like that. I'm thankful for that because, you know, I'm not going to lie. I told myself I wasn't going to watch those games this morning, and that was the most stressful thing I've ever done was watching those games. And so I'm wrong for that. I shouldn't have watched those. But, you know, I can't. But when I'm in it, it's just like this. Like, it's just, you know, this is my job, you know. And so it's either going to work out or it's not, but I'm going to give it my best every time. And so you can tell I'm definitely thankful that it worked out this time.
Time for one more, Cassie.
Hey, Derek, I think you said the Broncos game was the most home field advantage you felt. How'd you feel about tonight?
This one blew it out of the water. It felt like a playoff game. All the guys that have been in the playoffs said this is exactly what it feels like, you know, and all those things. And it was really good to see not very many light blue powdered jerseys in the stands. There were some, and I give them credit, but our fans did a good job of, representing and being loud. I saw one time when they were holding that thing up, the decibels it was getting up to, and that's a pretty cool feeling. This was a fun one to win, especially to do it at home is special, and it's nice because my house is close and I can get some sleep tonight.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Good, thank you all so much.
Carlson's next.
The Iceman.
Daniel? Honda?
Daniel, pretty amazing season for you. Will you take people inside the locker room and just the pride you feel in your teammates that with all the adversity, not one time did anybody quit?
I mean, it's tough to kind of say exactly how we feel, but what a wild season it's been. What a wild game that was. And we're just fired up to be headed to playoffs. We've been fighting for a long time this season, a lot of adversity, fighting a long time during that game. It felt like forever. So to come out on top with a win, just celebrate with the guys, and then get ready for the next one. We got a quick turnaround, and we're just fired up for the opportunity to go to playoffs and play one game at a time and see what we can do.
Daniel, a record 6 walk-off wins this year, 5 of them by your foot. Are you guys at the point now where you just get more comfortable when the game is on the line and things just kind of get tight like that down the stretch?
I think it helps. Experience definitely for me. It feels a little more comfortable than my first game winner maybe. But it's just fun that this team is. We care about each other. We're just playing relentlessly through the end of the game, and it's come down to the wire quite a few times, and. To come through on the last regular season game like that is just another fun way to win. But we'll take blowout wins too. So hopefully we'll find a way to win, and that's what we just keep doing.
So Coach Bisaccia said that there was some discussion in that last drive about letting it end in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were going to see if they could pick up a few more yards and get in field goal range.
Yeah.
Were you at all aware of that conversation, and how much were you hoping that you would get the chance to
Yeah. I was definitely planning on kicking, that I got to control my job and, be ready for whatever they send me out to do. We during the week we had kind of jokingly discussed, what if, all we needed is a tie? What if we all agree and, to just tie? And so it was kind of an interesting situation where we started running the ball. And I was like, I don't know what our offense is doing, if we're just, kind of running out the clock or not. So, but, had to stay ready. And we had to do, the job at the end. So, good for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I guess. We're just excited to be, 5 seed? So, we got a good shot here, and go take one game at a time now.
Daniel, you personally, with situations like this and how many you've had this year, do you feel fueled to even perform better under pressure, or you just kind of stay even keel?
I'm pretty even keel. I think, personality-wise, that's kind of me, and, the experience has helped for sure. Just get more and more of these. But, for me, it's just doing the same thing, whether I'm in practice or, any other kick in that game was just as important. The first, 4 were just as important as that last one, to get a game winner like that. So it's definitely something I've tried to get a little more used to. That's what makes it so fun, though, especially as a kicker. Sometimes, not that our job gets boring, but, the butterflies, the adrenaline, those big kicks, that's what makes it exciting. So I'm just really blessed to be able to, play the position I play and play for this team and, have this win in this season that we've had so far. And we're not done yet. So appreciate you guys.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Thanks.
All right,
That's it for
thank
tonight.
y'all.
Have a good night.